It is the big day. Match day. Matchday at St James's Park. Important match for Newcastle United. Under the lights, let's show Newcastle I'm hoping for a good match. Gonna be so hard, 'cause we got Anthony up front. But I want goals tonight. Let's get at Liverpool for the disrespect from them. All the talk match day tonight. Let's take the game to Liverpool. I want goals galore, please. Yeah, I forgot to put do not disturb on, because this call, yeah, which is happening in the background, for one, guess what? The number doesn't exist yet. It's still there. You can still hear it. Crazy. Good morning, Kevin. Good morning to Crazy Yay. Right, yeah. A number is ringing. Same thing happened yesterday 4 times. But the number doesn't exist. Isn't that strange? Now, one thing is this. You're going to hear possibly same number. Bing, 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 bing. What I forgot to do was switch on Do Not Disturb. Okay? But what I want to talk to you about is this. Tonight's game. What I believe here. There. Smack bang. I believe we can take Liverpool. Yes, it's going to be a mission. The Premier League is a mission by itself. Yeah? And because the Premier League is a mission as well, it's our first home game of the season. Yeah? And it's under the lights. So let's do it for Eddie Howe. He deserves a win tonight. He deserves it because he has had to endure what every journalist from Scotland to London has been going on about since June of this year. And it's not right. Why apply massive amounts of pressure? Why? Why do that? Yeah? So, we have right now, we've got Harvey Barnes. Yes, he is capable of scoring goals. Anthony Elanga on the other side of the pitch, we know from his time at Nottingham Forest that he can put the ball in the back of the net. The one which is the not so confident, Anthony Gordon. But behind him, and we've got to play a special way tonight. Like Antonio Mango says in his videos. We have to be able to say to Liverpool tonight, sorry, very sorry. First of all, you're not getting what you want. And more importantly, the noise inside St. James's Park. That noise has to be heard across the city. That means when you come out of the game tonight at 10 o'clock, hopefully your voice is gone because you've shouted and you've sang that much. Now, let's hope the war flags display is epic. And to war flags, please get in touch. Something very, very special for you at War Flags. Now, it is a beautiful bank holiday. I hope the weather up in Newcastle upon Tyne is epic. And it's an 8 o'clock kickoff, so there is plenty of opportunity. Now, as you can see, yeah, this is the old Puma top. All of the old shirts, home, away. There's a place, it's on Clayton Street in Newcastle, and I'm going to put them all into a bag. I'm going to walk into that place and say donation. Yeah. So you might in future years have the number 9 on the back of your shirt, which is on every shirt that I have, but you'll have my name at the top unless you decide to have it taken off. But yeah, all of the shirts, the current shirts, are going to go into a bag and they're going to be dropped off, because what I'm thinking of doing is constructively using the money to acquire shirts from the club shop, which helps out with the PSR malarkey, which nobody likes. Now, what we got? 28. We've got 28 people here. We've got Sandro Raphael. Good morning. Oh, Newcastle. You're in the wrong channel, mate. Sorry to burst your bubble, but you're in the wrong channel. And we got a Manchester United fan called Yes. Well, you know, you didn't do so good at the weekend. But it is a long, long season. Now, last night, I was in chat. I shared it as well. I was in 2 chats last night. The first of those chats was Paul Ditchburn of the Toon Review. And this is totally, utterly shocking. He lost, I think it was well over an hour of video. It might have been 2 hours, because I know Paul does other shows where basically, you know, he is talking and talking and he gets carried away. But I will say this much, yeah. I was on his morning show, which is from 9 o'clock through, and what he was saying was this. A message had came in from Lady Sam about Sky Sports wanting to talk to him. And he has got huge, massive abuse for it. That is bang out of order. Totally bang out of order. See, what people don't realise is this. YouTube is a business first. There are a lot of my fellow YouTube channels, and we always say, like Paul was saying yesterday, we always say, if you like the content. And I have been live for 13 minutes, coming up to 14. How long I am live? Well, it depends, because it is such a beautiful day. But to give any YouTube channel abuse, no, that is bang out of order. And he's not the only one who has had this from people. We have Bingos. No. I basically put people in timeout. It's normally 24 hours, so that they can see the error of their ways. And we got Alice Houden. Isaac wants, as JS Fabs Limited, he may want Liverpool. He may want that. But there's one important thing, and it's this. Seen it with a lot of other players, and I mean a lot of other players, where they want to move. However, you have a contract. You have to honour that contract. Then you can move forward. They're all not here. So if you're wondering where they are, I suggest you scurry across to find where they may be. Because it is Bank Holiday Monday. It is Match Day. And time for a cuppa. There are lots of good people, and there are lots of other kinds of people. And what you've all got to work out is this. None of us are perfect. We've all got our little faults. So, yeah. So the hope is tonight, I know a lot of fellow channels are saying that Liverpool have that many different players who can put the ball in the back of the net, but we also have players that can do the same thing. So it's a two-way street. And as it's our first home match tonight, the hope is that we can get something. That's the hope. Now, the one thing I wanted to be able to do was have a fans forum, which is why I set up the StreamYard. However, with StreamYard, they're charging, which means us as a channel, we're going to have to charge as well to do StreamYard. So yes, Steve-O might go and sit in the garden. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. Watching the bees. Aye, yeah. Well, I was about to watch yesterday's match of the day. JS Fabs. Liverpool have had the same trouble with players under contract. Yes, I know you have. Coutinho, Diaz, what was the other one? The very famous one. Is it Sanchez? Or Suarez? But it was a very famous Liverpool player. And he always did something a little bit peculiar. No, Van Persie is ex-Manchester United and Arsenal. Right. I'd presume some of your age. You look 75. No, I'm 200,800 million. Get it right. Yeah. So Oh dear me. Yeah. All these people coming in, turn around and say, "Oh, you look about 100. You look this, you look that." Guess what? Get a life, man. Get a life. Really. Honestly. BMW. Right, what we got? What we got? Van Nistelrooy. Yeah, he played for Manchester United a long, long time ago. Good morning, Vivian. Good morning. I got Vans mixed. Well, it's easy to mix up players. It's very easy to mix up players. But one player who Newcastle United are talking about eventually, hooray, is Surloff, who is 29, the same age as Wissa. I just want players to come in to the club, and I want those players to want to wear the shirt. You know, you want to wear the shirt. I know one thing needs to happen. It does. It's emergency surgery for Newcastle United. And it's this. We have to get the wage structure, which is, let's be honest here, the wage structure must still be from the throwbacks of a certain owner who used to own Sports Direct. Bingers, what do you do for work? Well, I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that in 2025 I can add YouTube to a list of many jobs that I have done over many, many years. If we get Isaac, he's better than Big Andy. You are referring to Andy Cole, yeah? Big Andy Carroll. Now, one thing I'll say to you, when you took the purchase, Liverpool, of Andy Carroll, yeah, that was sanctioned by the owner of Sports Direct. He turned around and said, "Get in the helicopter and go." Didn't want to leave. He had to go. He was forced. Ripped off? Well, not really, because you paid for a player. It was then a British record, 35 million. I'm not sure if there was any add-ons, but you paid for a player who didn't want to leave. Injured, every player gets injured. Every single player. A mistimed tackle, or when they're belting across the pitch, something goes and they like slowly like come to a stop, and then they are holding the back of their thigh or whatever. I mean, the games over the weekend, one of the players went into a challenge and he has done this part here. So yeah. Have you have a word with Daniel Levy for me, fella? He is playing up. He is the chairman of Spurs. You're on the wrong page, mate. This is... There we go. See it? That's what we're talking about. So Daniel Levy, he is basically Spurs. Nice try, though. Nice try. But let's hope tonight, my hope is a cheeky win. 2-1. I'd like it to be 2-0. But Liverpool have more than one player who is capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. But yeah. So to all of you that are new here, welcome. It is a beautiful day out there. And it's match day. So yeah. Oh, we've got Benny. And Benny hasn't got my face. Did you have a moment? Huh? Because, Benny has been using my face all the way through. And now he's got a different one because at the end of the day, it is what it is. I hope Newcastle can win. We've got the home advantage. We have new players available. And Liverpool are going to have a very strong team. Yes, they are. I'm not going to deny that. But we are going to put out our strongest 11. And I'm hoping it works. So you're saying Liverpool 4-0. Well, that's your opinion. Bingus, I found your channel from a video saying if I subscribe, I can spin a magic wheel to enter a private box. How often? That is coming on the channel because I was setting up StreamYard where people can come in. There will be 9 boxes and people can come in, fill the 9 boxes, and then we will be discussing Newcastle United music, which you heard at the start, and much more. It's not our strongest. Yeah, well, we don't have a certain player. And the hope is it is 26th tomorrow, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 7 days, or is it 8? And then the transfer window is no more. So that player has all of that time to undo his head and come on television at Benton. No, it's the first at Corvo. It's the first at around about 7 p.m. It's been on Sky Sports Transfer Centre, and it is the 1st of September. Why is Paul not naming him? He's not Voldemort. Well, Voldemort is a character from a book. It's a very good book. the Harry Potter books. But I'm not mentioning said player because I want to see what happens. We don't know. The one thing I'm going to say to Bingus is this. I want you to listen very, very carefully. Yeah? Very, very carefully. A few dominoes have to fall into place. Now, you know when you stack all your dominoes, yeah, and you tip one and you go, yeah. So I went on to StreamYard, and StreamYard has 720p one, which is free. But if you want to have boxes where a person can come into your live, you put a little box in chat, they click on the link, and it pulls them into StreamYard, into what's called a green room. And then you bring them forward into the show so everybody else can see them. But that's $36 a month, which means the channel has to create more income. Now, there are many different ways to create more income. So, as we move forward, like Paul Ditchburn was saying yesterday, and Barry from Through Black and White Eyes, both said the same thing. Even Adam Pearson, Adam P, has also said exactly the same thing. It is a script, and it's this. Currently, there are 22 people in chat. Right there. Yeah, right there. But there's one like. You've been here 27 minutes. So, what you're doing is this. And I'm going to state this for you all. Yeah. I wouldn't watch 27 minutes of anything if I didn't want to be. Liking it, subscribing to it. Do you know why? It's like you do this. Imagine this. Yeah. I want to show you something. Yeah. Now, what do you see? What do you see right there? What do you see? You see just a wall. Now, the point that Paul, Adam Pearson, Rubinstein is this. If I took a paintbrush, yeah? If I took a paintbrush, now, you're lucky today. You're very lucky today. Very, very lucky. So, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Yeah? Watch this. Tiny little experiment. And this is what I want to say to everybody. Yeah? Right. So, again, we have our wall. Yeah? Now, what you can see now is a line. Now, to everybody, right, I want you to honestly to show this, right, and spread the word. Because when you come onto any YouTube channel from the biggest, which is True Geordie, all the way down to likes of PD Proudlock, Charlie Talks Football, yeah, they're really tiny channels. Now, if I keep this camera looking straight at that, what's going to eventually happen is that is going to disappear. Now, sadly, I'm not going to film a wet wall. No, it's as an example. Because people like Adam Pearson and others, Paul Ditchburn, Toon Review, Barry from Through Black and White Eyes, Pete Daz, and Chris from Loaded. We're all doing something right now. Yeah? See? Yeah? You see? And we're doing all of this for you. You. So if there's 25 people in, we have 25 of them. Because you are getting content. Whether that content is music, why don't you pay for StreamYard yourself? StreamYard is there to enhance. Yeah? Enhance. You start off free and then you grow. Yes? And the sooner people start to work this one out, you see, this was a few years back, but this was actually on the BBC. Go and check it out. Where they turned round and said, a lot of people are not watching terrestrial television. They're watching YouTube. And that's true. They're watching YouTube because they are getting bored out of their skull watching BBC One, BBC Two, ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, and all of these other channels because it's rinse and repeat. Every channel, Steve G, every single channel, every single YouTube creator, Newcastle United, Liverpool, Manchester United, which have gigantic channels. Gigantic. We have one person, True Geordie, at 1 point something million subscribers. One. Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham, and other clubs have channels which one channel you could fit everybody for Newcastle United into. Why? Why is that? Because we are not working together as a team. And it's that simple. You work together as a team with the highlight of at Newcastle United, I go well and truly beyond, because it's at music and singing. It's at things nobody else is talking about. Nobody else. And that makes it different. What do I think about foreigners? Like, just tell me this. Just tell me this. If you go back using a tool called Ancestry UK, are you not descended from somebody who came to the United Kingdom? Are you not a descendant of somebody who has crossed the channel? Think about that. Now, Stadium have offered you a box. Stadium of Light is 14 mile from St James's Park. And look, there is the crest. Yeah, there is the crest. But it's also somewhere else. It's also right there. So, there has been no woman on. Oh, right. Okay, David. Okay. Is that because you spent more money? Is that because you spent more money this transfer window than Newcastle has? Please explain. Lee Bennett. Paul lives in the back of Beyond. No, I live in the Midlands. It's not the back of Beyond. Honestly. But tonight, I want calm on the pitch tonight. In what's going to be a feisty atmosphere, I want calm heads. Just the same way when we played Liverpool a few months ago at Wembley. Super cool and super calm heads. Am I a Geordie? Am I a Geordie? That's a very, very funny question. What do you see? What do you see? Did you hear the crack? Did you hear the crack there? The crack was this. Yeah. But, coming into a person's live, Bingus, yeah? And, yeah, come in. Club crest, yeah? Brandon, yeah? And you're asking a question. When you've already seen the crest up on the wall. So what else we got? Why, Bingus? What you here for? Huh? What are you here for? Are you here to report back to somebody else? Huh? You and your little buddies? You're talking about attacking, yeah? Attack. Where? Where's the attack? Is it in the figment of your imagination? Oh, well, I'll tell you one thing, right? I've shown you my club shirt. I showed it to another person too, half an hour ago. And you just made a request, turned around and saying, "Are you a Geordie?" Yeah? Think about your question. Think before you engage. Yeah? That easy. We got Bok Bok. Yeah, we got Bok Bok. Geordies live all over planet Earth. Yeah. Did you not know that? You can walk into a bar anywhere on planet Earth and you can find a Geordie. So they don't just all live in Newcastle upon Tyne. No. Once they move out, what a yeah, okay. Yes, okay. Once they leave, yeah, it's called exiled Geordie. Exiled. Do you know one thing, huh? The hope is today we can get something. Really get something. Mm. One thing I'm going to do though is this. Yeah? That's twice it's happened today. Twice. So, to all of you fabulous people, have an absolutely awesome bank holiday, wherever you may be. My hope is come 10 o'clock this evening, Newcastle United have 3 points in the bag. Yes, it is an impossible mountain. But that mountain was also at Wembley a few months ago. If you can do it at Wembley, you can do it at St James's Park under the lights. And I believe this with all my heart. Bruno, Sandro, Anthony, Harvey, Bruno, Dan Burn, Anthony Elanga, Anthony Gordon. Give every last drop. Keep a cool head tonight to everybody. Keep a cool head. Improve to the fans. Get us the points. That's all I want. Get us the points tonight. So, have a wonderful day. Please hit the like on the way out. Please. And see you all later today. Thank you. Oh, yes. To those going to St. James's tonight, be on your best behaviour. You're representing the football club when you put your shirt on. Remember, don't rise to the occasion. Yes, a lot of people are going to be angry. Yeah. Our season's been disrupted. What should have happened was better. More players coming in. My hope is the players I mentioned, one of them is Alexander Surloff, Nelson Weeper, Max Morstad, and others, Johan Wieser, and others. There's still time, Newcastle United. There is still time. Move to get these players. And that Surloff, who I just mentioned, he scored the other day. So don't talk about, go get them. Because we've got a Champions League to come this season. No good crying after the 1st of September. Get it done now. Now, as I've mentioned, many fellow YouTube channels, please go and show them some love too. And one thing, next couple of days, we're going to be crash testing. Yeah, we're going to test things until they break. And then they're going to be repaired as we move forward. The only place to catch all of that is here, because I am the only person doing that. Choice is yours. And the hope is, spread the word. Because the content here, you only get it here. Thanks for watching.